So I'm thinking to myself, totally got this. Like, I'm not gonna have menopause at all. Wrong.
Hello, and welcome to Braving It with Tracie Renee, where stories of inspiration and strength are going to help you discover your brave.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me for Braving It with Tracie Renee. I'm so glad you could stop by today. I'm hopeful that I can be encouraging and inspiring to you today, but today I'm going to be pretty open about a topic that came out of nowhere and hit me in the knees, almost took me out. Menopause. Okay, I know there is a lot of people talking about menopause these days, more women, more men, more doctors and everything, but somehow I missed the boat. I didn't hear about menopause, and now I'm going through it, and it's not killing me, but it is definitely hard. I'll just put it that way. I'm not sure why I missed the message that menopause was such a pain and hurtful and hard and difficult, but somehow I thought I was just going to skate by and just be, I don't know, fine through it. I have a very high pain tolerance. I've been athletic my whole life, so I thought, I'll probably just get through it like I've done everything. Yeah, okay, not so. And here's why. I think I deceived myself, okay? And it was me believing this lie, maybe that menopause was not going to touch me, that somehow I'd skate through it. Let me tell you why I believed this. Growing up, my periods, I'm going to just be honest here, okay? Some of you may not like to hear this, but this is how it is. My periods growing up were very painful, very heavy, the whole 9 yards. And I just learned to deal with it. I have, like I said, a high pain tolerance, so I just dealt with it. As I got older though, and after my children, my periods changed and got even more painful and more heavy to where like every month I was hemorrhaging, okay? Not to mention a couple emergency visits for ruptured ovarian cysts, and endometriosis came on, which was causing a lot of pain, doubled over pain monthly and all that kind of stuff. So I finally go to my gynecologist and I get what's called an ablation. They took care of the endometriosis at the same time, and I got an ablation, which is a cauterizing of the inside of the uterus. So I got this procedure done back in 2010 or 11. I can't remember when, but the beautiful thing is I have not had a period since then. Okay, we're talking 13 or 14 years with no period. Praise the Lord, okay? It's been amazing. However, I don't have anything to gauge my menopause or perimenopause on. Most women have their periods as a guide. So they may miss a month, or they may go shorter their cycle or longer, or whatever the case may be. I've had none of that, okay? So I'm thinking to myself, totally got this. Like, I'm not gonna have menopause at all. Wrong, because my ovaries are still there and they're still doing what they're supposed to do. So somehow, I think it was what the doctor told me. I went to go in for a gynecology visit, I don't know, a few years back. I still hadn't had my period. And so my gynecologist says to me, he says, gosh, maybe you'll just be lucky enough to go right into menopause without ever having a period again. And I took that to mean I'm just going to go right in and not have any problems. Yeah, okay, that was wrong. So about a year ago, maybe the first symptoms, if I'm honest, it was probably before that, because I'm athletic and I still play ball, softball and stuff, I ignored it. But the muscles, like aches, pains, lethargy, waking up in the morning feeling like I was in a bar fight. And if I'm going to be in a bar fight, I want to remember it, and I want to remember winning. But when you wake up in the morning feeling like that and there's nothing to show for it, it's pretty frustrating, okay? So I'm not sleeping, I'll get there soon. But I wake up in the morning and I get out of bed and like my body doesn't want to work. The muscles, the ligaments, everything like that. I'm walking like a toddler, if you can imagine, just trying to get the body moving again. So that has been frustrating, especially playing softball, because like I said, I still play even at my age, and I continue to keep playing, and I'm going to keep playing. I injured myself the last game of the season this last year, so now we're in 2025, but in October of last year, I injured my knee because I was fielding a ball differently because my body wouldn't move the way it normally does, so I was fielding differently and torqued my knee, and I'm still paying for it to this day. So that's been challenging. The reality, I get cramps, nerve pain, like muscle, I mean, right? Maybe you don't know if you haven't gone through it yet. It is horrible, okay? The next thing that I've noticed is the weight gain. Now, I've never been a small girl, okay? I've always been a little on the, I wouldn't, extra, I have extra, thick, I would say. But, oh my gosh, my stomach, all of a sudden I have all of this weight in my stomach. Now, I know they've said that, okay? They've said that, but for some reason I thought I wasn't gonna have the problem. And it's all in my stomach. Well, everywhere else, because I've gained a lot of weight since I got married. But it looks funny, it's proportioned differently, it's very unnerving. So I'm dealing with that, which sucks. And the other thing is the night sweats. Okay, so that, I would say out of all the things, that's probably the worst. And I'm getting choked up right now because it's hard. I can't sleep. And I married this amazing, hot, warm, delicious man who, at first, because I was always cold, was great. Now, I can't sleep. Tossing and turning because I'm sweating all night, then I'm freezing. And then my hips hurt, so I have to roll over, but then my shoulders hurt. And it's nonstop. So ladies, I'm just being frank, and I know you're feeling it too. And I feel like there's benefit in knowing that one another are going through it. I do have the hot flashes during the day as well. They're not as often as the night, or maybe I just don't notice it as much as the evening. But I'm not sleeping. So my body's not responding in the morning like it should. I'm just feeling blah. Okay, so this little podcast is clearly not for inspiration today, other than to bring light to something that I don't think a lot of us want to talk about, and it really bothers me. I'm looking for some tips from you. So I don't necessarily want to do hormones. I'm fighting that. I don't want to do that. Not quite sure why, other than I know they do cause harm, or they can cause harm. And I've always been kind of a natural person trying to kick it with natural substances and supplements. So I've tried some things, no real great progress yet. One of the things I tried gave me such horrible gas. I mean, like, horrible. My poor husband. It's kind of funny, but it's horrible. Like, it even grosses me out. And when your farts gross you out, it's bad. So I'm trying a few things, wondering if any of you have some ideas, starting stretching again, trying those kind of things. But I would love your input. I would love to know how you're doing. I'm 55, kind of thought I'd skate through it. Clearly, I'm going to have to go through it like everybody else. Shoot me some little tips in the bottom of this podcast, and I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, be brave, hang in there. I'm not giving up. I got this. It's just going to take some more work. So I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Braving It with me, Tracie Renee. My hope is by hearing other stories of brave, it will help propel you forward into doing the same thing. If you've enjoyed this episode, I hope you will follow and subscribe. Remember, brave begets brave. The more you step out in courage, the more courage you will find.